Good thing. We got Dan Duval in here. To help us out on that side. The mic was muted, and now we're back and we're ready to go. Thank you, chat. How's it been doing? Look, it's been the weekend, right? I haven't streamed for 3 days. I feel like it's my first day at job again. I feel like I'm a brand new baby. I don't know what I'm doing. Not like I ever did. How's everyone doing? Did you have a great weekend? Did you have a good Monday? I had a great Monday. My trading has been perfect. I mean, damn near perfect. There was a trade at the end of the day that turned my day negative by $1 full. But if we ignore that specific trade, I think my day went great. My day went amazing. I believe I traded the right stocks. I traded the right directions. I always could do better, which is something that we'll talk about. We'll go into my trades today, as we always do, to see how we could do better, learn from it. We'll also dive into other stocks that moved around today, see if we missed some opportunities, and how can we take advantage of said opportunities tomorrow if any of them come through. And we also have a big day tomorrow for the IPO. That's right, another IPO coming back. We got the car IPO tomorrow, the Instacar, which is actually called something else. They're called I can't remember what they're called, but we will run into that eventually down the stream. So while you are here, Dan Duval, OJ, Rekka, CDP, let me know how your day went. How'd your day go? Did you have a great Monday? Did you have a great weekend? What'd you do on the weekend? Did you spend time with family? Did you go out watching sports? Did you watch NFL? Did you bet on NFL? I bet on NFL and I lost all my bets. I also lost all my bets on UFC. So my betting weekend was pretty poopsy. But we have fun nevertheless. And that's the only thing that matters, right? As long as you have fun, nothing else matters in this world. Didn't trade today, so that's CDP. That's fine. Being cash is a position. If you did not see a reason to trade, you don't need to trade. I mean, the market was pretty boring today. Let's be real. The S&P 500 and QQQs did absolutely zilch. Account up 2% today. I'll take it, says Bronco. Aha, let's go, OJ. I like it. OJ's white Bronco. Ooh, is that the car that OJ escaped in? Is that the reference? OJ's white Bronco? I think it is. All right. Why don't we start off as we always do, stroking our own ego. Hello? Where's my screen? There you go. Stroking my own ego on my trades for the day. So we'll start off with my most profitable trade, my second most profitable trade, and my third most profitable trade on the day. Starting off with PayPal. PayPal was downgraded. They have a new CEO incoming very soon. Their new CEO will be stepping in, if I can remember accurately what the date is. You know what? I can't remember accurately what the date is, but he will be stepping in soon. But they did get a little bit of a downgrade today. They got a what the hell? Why did I do that? They got a little bit of a downgrade today from the bank, saying, the new CEO will have some struggle before getting into power, before actually being able to make some changes, before being able to push some things around and help PayPal bounce from this new 52-week low area that it's made after, those insane highs that we've seen PayPal at. Does PayPal have any chance to get back above to those hundreds, 119, 120 areas where I'm averagely long in, and a lot of people probably are? So that's the main question. But based off of that, downgrade from I believe it was Deutsche Bank, whoever it is, I can't remember once again, pushed them down in pre-market. So that put it on my scanner. There was no real volume in pre-market, but right off the open, I was watching the stock. I was giving it about 5 minutes to trade, and after giving it about 5 minutes to trade, enough volume did show up in this position, allow me to see how the stock, struggled at the $63.50 area. Really struggled at that $63.50. And if the opening push was not able to take that stock above the pre-market consolidation highs, that gave me enough of a reason to start building in the shorts. Then I added some on the way down over here below VWAP, added on the pre-market low break, and then I was looking for reasons to start taking profits. My first reason to start taking profit was take a glance at my trade ideas scanner, use code PRAD15 to get 15% off. Use my trade idea scanner to pull up PayPal and see what the daily ATR is. ATR, average true range. Average true range on PayPal was $1.30 something, and the stock was already down $1.40 on the day compared to previous day's close. So I figured, you know what, it might be time to cover half of my bag over here and then set a stop at break even, which I did. My break even was basically between these two lots that I had, and I didn't lose anything on the last few position shares that I had. Once the stock does pull back into these areas, into 63.50s or so, I let it pull back because I realistically want the short at 63.70s or 63.50s again, where I previously was short. But that pullback doesn't come. We get a nice little move up to the north side, and then the stock starts to go back. Every single candle you're seeing is a 3-minute chart. Every single candle you're seeing is a 3-minute candle. It's a 3-minute chart over here. So after I started seeing that pullback, the exhaustion, I start getting back, the right side of the V. This is a concept that I will be trying to hammer it down your throat today. If you don't like things down your throat, then I don't know what to tell you, right? This is a concept that I'll be trying to really hammer down today on today's stream. That's something that I want to look out for more, and I want you guys to think about it too. You want to be on the right side of the V, and this is something that Lance, the one Lance B on Twitter, talks about a lot. I might even eventually make a cool little graphic of all the patterns with where you might want to enter for the right side of the V, and so on. So we'll dive into that a little bit deeper today because I don't really think I have too much to talk about, I think that's a very, very important topic. So here you go. You see me entering on the right side of the V, right side of the V, right side of the V, if this was the V shape. And then again, this V shape over here, right? It's an upside down V, obviously. The upside down V, instead of getting short on these pops, which is what the old Prad would have done, I'm now actually entering on the direction where the stock is moving lower. We are also seeing a higher low being put in and a lower low being put in. So all of these things kind of gave me a confirmation to kind of add on the stock more to the downside, and then I start taking profits as clearly it doesn't really want to go right back to the previous low where I did take profits at, and that was the right idea because later on the stock does push up over here, and PayPal was one of my best trades of the day. Popped up on the CNBC watch list that they got downgraded. We pulled it up from that watch list. We looked at it. We found some levels to trade out of, and look at that. That pretty much that same level, 63.50, later on in the day came back and gave you another short attempt right off that level. So something to take a look at. PayPal 63.50 might be pretty important, or even this downgrade that's been put on it might be something to trade it off of. We got JJ coming in. JJ saying, can you put your face on Adam Aaron? Ooh, yeah, I can do that. But I would need like I would need like a AMC specific day for that to really matter. So yeah, I'll make it happen. But let me turn this light on because it's a little bit dark in here. There we go. Now it looks better. I was wondering what's going on. There we go. Now it looks a little bit better. Now let's go back to the second stock that we had a killer day on. It was ARM IPO day 3. So if you actually look at the stock off the open, it breaks that $58 area right off the open right here, and then pulls back. The old Prad would have taken that breakout, right? But look where I'm entering. The new Prad is entering past 930. So the old Prad, never mind. Let's actually put this to the 3-minute chart. See how that one looks. Yeah, I'm entering over here. I'm on this candle. Oh yeah, see exactly. So if you kind of see it, it opens, pushes down, breaks through 58. 58, why is that important? 58 was the price where the stock bounced off on the IPO day. On the IPO day, bounces off of 58, runs up to almost as high as 70, including the pre-market of next day. So pretty important level, 58, if you ask me, because now buyers were not able to, or sellers were not able to stuff the stock down on the IPO day itself. So watching that level off the open, I let it trade a little bit. It breaks through 58, comes back to 58, shows me that we're not even able to bid back above 57.90, 57.80. So I start taking my fills near 57.80 and putting that risk near 58.03, 58.02, a couple pennies above 58, just to make sure that we don't get, wicked out of it. So that gives me a nice little drop to the downside, exactly at the IPO lows, right? IPO lows, we add on the way down for that short. I'll go back over here, show you. So taking that short, adding again, and then taking profits, making sure we're taking most of our size out on the way down and keeping some just in case the stock does have a continuation past IPO lows. But as I expected, IPO lows held. The stock managed to go back up later on and gave you another test of that pre-market lows area, 58.50, and a re-short through 58, and again a short again over here at 58. I actually take that short later on, I believe. What do I do? So I try that over here. This is, trying to be on the right side of the V, but I don't really like that entry because if you think about it, we got a higher low, we're getting a higher high, and then a higher high later on. So technically, that's not the right idea to be short. You might want to be short here, and then, your stop will be at the higher end of this range. But when that drop comes, you've already taken some of your profits out and move your stop down or so on and get stopped out and then get re-entered somewhere down here because lower high, lower low, and so on. So I actually get in over here at the break of the low a day because there was some size at 56, and the IPO low already shows us one hold of that price. But later on, as we burst through 56, it actually gives us even more lows at near 55. 55 had about 1,800 lots on it. That's about 1,800, add two more zeros times 55, that's about 9.9 million. Let's say 10 million, rounded up, about $10 million sitting on the bid at $55. We might see that level come into play tomorrow, unless it already did. Let's go see if it did. No, it did not. Yeah, low is 55.03, so we haven't seen that low come into play. And look at that 58 level is exactly where the stock is kind of struggling in the after hours. We kind of closed at 58, so pretty important of a level to keep an eye out for, even for tomorrow, for day 4. So I wouldn't ignore it. ARM was a monster trade to the downside, short, trying a short over here, very, very small, lost on it, didn't care. And then over here was a monster short. The volume ramped up to the downside. We had fun with that stock. Good trade. I think we'll have more fun with it tomorrow. The IPO season is back, question mark. IPO season at the moment though has been crazy. We got ARM, we got another one coming up tomorrow, Instacart. So we'll talk about that right after this one, which is Google. Google pushing up to its 52-week high. We've been waiting for this 52-week high area to come into play for quite a while now. So this area right here, near 138 to 139, as the stock pushes towards that area, I'm actually waiting to, I'm waiting for the dip buys over here, but the stock, by the time I pull it up, I missed out because this move up is when it pops up on my scanners that it's pushing back to that opening range 5-minute high. The opening range 5-minute body is insanely huge, right? So I'm kind of interested as to seeing if the stock has more trend to it to the north side. So looking at the opening range 5-minute, I wanted the fills to the downside. I miss out. I don't get it. So I'm actually now chasing it to the upside. I chase it near this 138.70, I think is where I take that fill because that was the previous 52-week high. So that's where you see me taking the entry, 138.50, 138.70, 139. So all the way up to 139. 139 sadly ends up being not the greatest of the breaks. The volume was low. The stock's volumes trending lower. We also had the market really struggling around the high days. So all things considered, did not like the trade. I punched out my whole position. So winner for overall, but not that big of a winner. We got another nice little winner over here near this range of 138 consolidation. So once we got that long, that trade added to our P&L on the day. So those are my trades on the day. I kept it simple, kept it clean. I have this kind of a new regiment, new thing that I'm trying to do, which is not trade too much. You guys see me trading 13, 14, 15 stocks where I have, 9 losers and 4 winners or whatever. And thankfully, because of my risk to reward and how I try to look for those high risk to reward trades and keeping my risk tight most of the time, I end up being flat or making some money, but barely. So I figured, I'm gonna look for the most in play stocks. That's what SMB Capital teaches you. That's what SMB Capital talks about all the time. Look for the in play stocks, trade 2 to 4 stocks at best, and trade them properly. Keep your eyes on them. You might get debated. You might get debated on the first time or the second time or the break, but if you're keeping your eye on it and if you're looking at all the information the market's giving you, how it wants to go long or how it wants to go short, just following that information, following the money is all you have to do at the end of the day is play off of that information, right? So I was happy to do that today. I think I traded it well, and the next part of this is to size up, because now I'm seeing a little bit of consistency coming into my Momo trading, into my momentum trading, and once that kicks in, we can slowly start sizing up, confidence coming into it too, and slowly start adding to our P&L and start risking a little bit more on the day. So let's see how tomorrow goes based on this. But tomorrow, obviously, like I've been saying, very, very important, because we have let me just clear my damn throat here. I need to grab my water bottle from my backpack. But right here, Maple Bear Inc. Car IPO, Maple Bear Inc. coming in at a $759 million offering. I think, what was, we can see it right here. 4 billion? I didn't say 4 billion last time. It said, no, I guess it did. I think it did. Yeah, it said 4 billion. So this one's a 759 million offering. 22 million shares being offered compared to this one, whereas 95 million shares were offered to the market. IPO range is coming in at 28 to 30. I think we got some articles saying that the stock is now actually being priced in at the higher end of the IPO prices, near 30 or so. So we could see it open near 30. Also, its valuation is coming in at around $9 to $10 billion. So if we can find what the outstanding shares are, Instacart outstanding shares, 331 million shares outstanding. And what was the number that we saw here? I think it was 22 million. So 22 million shares being offered to the market right now, and they have 331 million shares outstanding, and company is being valued around $30 a stock, or $10 billion. So those are the numbers over there that you're looking for. You can kind of do the math and come up with a ceiling price for the stock as to where the shorts could possibly start coming in for Instacart. Something like what happened to, hello, no, don't do that. Something like what happened with ARM, basically. I think the ceiling price for this stock, for the amount of outstanding shares that it had, and what Nvidia was trying to buy them out for. I think Nvidia was trying to buy them out for $40 billion. It might have come around these prices, if you guys can do the math for me, because I don't want to. Might have come around these prices over here. And also we have an imbalance locator at our prop company, which basically shows us where the stock was basically going to open at. And we saw the highest the stock was basically indicating to open at around $61, and pulled down from there. And if you look at it, it was basically around there where the stock ended at the end of the day that day. So it's a pretty fair indication for kind of seeing where the shorts could kind of be. And also you can do the math where Nvidia is buying them out for $40 billion, which could be this much per share if they have these many shares and so on. Instacart, I don't really think anyone has ever even put in a deal for them. Maybe they have. I haven't done the research. So if anyone has ever thought about buying out Instacart, you can quickly go do that research, find out what the valuation of that deal could have been, do the math behind the outstanding shares, and that ceiling price over there is where a lot of shorts could come back into. Very, very important trade, obviously. I'm just going to keep the ARM IPO open because this could be a pretty decent example of how that IPO could go tomorrow. Not saying it'll be exactly picture perfect. I'm not saying, hey, it's gonna rip, dive back down and rip again or whatever. But it's an idea. Instacart is not as big as ARM. ARM is obviously a way, way, way bigger company, a way bigger semiconductor company. Whereas Instacart is basically just United States and Canada, and they help deliver groceries. So their revenue is pretty decent, though. I think 2 billion revenue or whatever. So I mean, pretty hyped up IPO, and the right time for them to IPO. So the hype behind ARM could bleed into Instacart over here, but we can't just predict that and play off of that hope that the stock is going to rip to the north side tomorrow. The same kind of idea what we did on ARM would however come in, and I will try to trade this a little bit better than I did the ARM IPO itself. Meaning that I had great entry longs, but at some point I just stopped trading long, which was stupid of me, and I started trading shorts, and I gave away a lot of my money. So instead of anticipating the short, I'll wait for the shorts to show up like this over here. At that point, you get short 62.50, risk up to 62, and look at that reward to the downside you're having. And then later on, you have a clear bottom. You have another clear bottom coming in over here around 58. So beautiful trades will show up to you. You don't have to anticipate and roll the dice and gamble on these levels and these ideas that come up tomorrow. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, kissed, right? Trade the even dollar breakouts. As long as there is size on those even dollars, take the breakouts of such said even dollars, and then if you are looking for that short, just wait for that exhaustion to get put in. If you're looking for dip buys, wait for those clear patterns, the double bottom. You know these patterns. If you are if you've been trading long enough in the market, you know these patterns. And if you don't know these patterns, chart pattern cheat sheet, you can just Google this real quick, chart pattern cheat sheet, and I'm trying to find a good one for you guys. I think that's a good one. Nope, I hate that one. What are these ones? Okay, but here, that's a good one right there. Oh, what the? Open image in a new tab. Right there, double bottom, right? We've seen this. What does basically, if you can even understand the concept behind a double bottom, it's sellers pushing the stock down, but buyers showing up around this level pushed it back up. Sellers showing up at the same level again, or maybe a little bit higher. Sellers showing up at the same level again and pushing it back down, and then we push it back up again off this. But honestly, if this was a little bit higher and these two levels were here, that kind of turns into a head and shoulders. Right over here, actually, you can see that right here, head and shoulders, and that means a completely different pattern than this one. Overall, though, the chart patterns, you get the idea. Double bottom, wait for that double bottom, clear risk off of that low, and then your reward is, monstrous. Look at that risk, look at that reward, look at that risk, look at that reward. And the same thing over here. I think this was what's the monster trade a lot of people miss, because the shorts got trapped over here. Anyone and whoever was short here, short here, short here, 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 they started covering because the stock's not going below 58, right? They start covering. As the shorts start covering, they start seeing, hey, someone's covering and they're covering big positions. We got to cover or we're going to get screwed. Those covers start domino affecting and then start triggering stops for the shorts. Triggering those stops for the shorts and new longs entering into this position with the hype that it had brought in a whole new wave of momentum behind it. Shorts getting blown out, longs entering, brand new shorts entering, their stops getting blown out, new longs entering, brand new shorts entering, their stops getting blown out, longs entering. So it's just a constant battle over here for those shorts and longs. It was monster move that I just sat there and watched and did not participate. It was sad. But tomorrow, obviously, if I'm watching CART, I'll keep my attention on it, especially if CART brings in the type of volume ARM does. I mean, ARM IPO'd with, if I remember correctly, 20 some odd million shares. I mean, why am I even guessing? We can see the volume right there. That's not right. No, that's not right. No, no, that's not right. I call cap on that one. The pair volume of the opening print for that stock itself was like 10 15 million shares. So I don't think that number is accurate. It was a ton of volume paired for the stock in off the open. And you clearly saw how much volume the stock brought in on that IPO day. 130 million shares. Second day 75. Today only 36. So clearly volume dying off big time as we are trending to the downside. I also do have a couple trend lines over here. Kind of looking at this trend line that we've been holding all the way from the midday of Friday going into after hours, going into pre-market, going into today. That break off that trend line gave you a pretty decent long up to 58, I guess. But that IPO low was that V-shaped recovery that I want to once again hammer down your guys' throat. So why don't we talk about it? Look at that. I have Lance Breitstein's name right there at the top of the list because I've been Googling him, looking at it. So once I Googled his name, I found this picture, and this picture speaks volumes. I'm not trying to steal anything. I'm just trying to give a shout out to him because I've been, you learn a lot from this guy, honestly. One of the greatest traders out there on the YouTube spaces, and you have to go follow him if you haven't followed him yet. So what is this chart or this image telling us? It's telling you that the expected value, I think that's what EV means, the profitability ratio, the winning, the risk to reward, the winning ratio, and the expected value of position A is not the same as position B, even though the price is different. The price is same. What this means is, he likes to wait for the stock to finish its move down instead of trying to catch a falling knife. Show him the bottom, then that level that he was interested in, that price point that he was interested in, he will then get into that long with that clear bottom showing you the risk. This is also known a lot of the times as waiting for the backside. I say that a lot of times when I was live for you guys on Trader TV Live. So, waiting for the backside. You don't want to wait for the front side. For example, let's say this was the IPO day's low, right? Let's go back to that chart. Let's go to this chart. IPO day's low, 55.55. So the stock's heading down. It's been trending down all damn day. And you are mainly looking for longs. I don't know why, right? The stock's down 5-10% on the day. You're looking for longs. Maybe because your broker did not have shorts for you that you could short it off of, even though I think today the shorts were free. Whatever it is, you're looking for longs, right? You have a level. Your level is that 55.55 area. Instead of just front running that 55.55 area where now you are watching the stock go down all the way 50 cents against you, it's going all the way to $55. You don't know if you should stop yourself out, if you should run away from that trade, if you should add to that trade and add to a loser. Is it going to break 55? Yeah, there was 1,800 lots there, but there was more size on the bids earlier on in the day, and the stock, chewed through that and went to the downside. So you don't know if it's going to do any of that, nor do you know if it's going to do that over here. But the probability of taking the long back through 55.55, which is the price you care about. That's the price you care about. That's the level that you have mapped out. Instead of pre-running that level over here on the way down, you can get back in on the way up and kind of risk those bottoms. And that's the right side of the V. If we can find patterns like this all the time where we know exactly where to enter. You got your head and shoulders. You got your risk area. You could have entered here and risked off of this level. You could have entered here, risked off of this level, which is exactly what I did. And things like that, right? Once we kind of understand this concepts of waiting for us to be on the right side of the move, on the right side of the direction, the backside, it gives you clear risk. It gives you proper reward. And as long as your risk to reward ratio is somewhere between 3:1 or 4:1, you end up with the chart that looks like this with your P&L, where you only need a 25% win rate with the 3:1 risk to reward to have a flat day. Right? So monster concept over there, if you can kind of understand that concept. I actually want to get a cheat sheet like this going, where I can map out where the right side of the V is, right? Like, for example, where would the right side of the V be if we do this real quick for I mean, we already talked about this. We kind of talked about this. That's the same idea over here. Where would the right side of the V be over here? I mean, the stock basically gapped up, made a high, pushed down, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I technically would have been shorting this for reversal back to VWAP, right? Short here somewhere on the way down. And my risk with the high of that move, yeah, would have been a winner. But the overall trend of that stock gapping up, maybe you want to be looking for the longs instead, right? Maybe you want to be looking for the longs, buying on the dips, being on the right side of the V, buying on the dips, and then you get the pop up to a new high a day or so on. So understanding these chart patterns, and then also incorporating being on the right side of the V, not just blindly throwing orders at the lower side of the trend line and the upper side of the trend line, but really understanding the concept and watching the stock play out. Because it could have easily broken that 55 area. What was I doing today on ARM? I was waiting for that 55 to break, show me the backside under 55, and then get long. But the whole time while I was watching the stock, we were just commentating about it on the floor. We were talking about how this was that V-shaped level that I was talking about, what I was looking for, instead of 55 being the level. So sadly missed out on the monster reversal back up to 58, and I even said that this could be the move up to 58 from here, and it was. So we missed out on the trade. Nevertheless, there's another day tomorrow, and we live to fight another day. That's the goal. Live to fight another day. Have enough power to keep lasting. Let's go to some stocks that moved around today. I think we are pretty prepared for card tomorrow. We are pretty prepared for card tomorrow, and excited. Man, it's gonna be a good trade. It's set to be opening around $20 to $30. I think it opens 31. $29 to $31. $21 to $39 maybe. And we might see a rally a little bit. We might just see a rally a little bit. I'm looking forward to that. Now, as for stocks that had earnings today, Stitch Fix had earnings today. Let's go check out that bad boy, SFIX. Looks like a red earnings move overall, or red earnings report. They did miss on earnings per share. They beat on revenue, but very slight beat on revenue, not too much of a beat. And they did drop on after hours. $3 stock, bring in 5 million shares at an all-time low, or no, it's not an all-time low, but it very well could easily drop down to all-time lows. Yeah, could easily drop down. I was gonna just making sure that I am talking about the same level as all-time low. So this 263 area probably comes in off of that earnings report. SFIX is the only one that's, I mean, earnings season's kind of dead right now. We do have FedEx. We have AutoZone tomorrow. We got FDX. We got General Mills. So something to keep an eye out for. But so far, the earnings season is kind of come to an end. But to not be feared, because at the end of one earnings season starts another. So soon we get another new earnings season. I don't know what the date is, but we got another new earnings season, and we'll have fun with that. I want to quickly talk about the triple witching. Did you guys see the crazy moves that happened on triple witching? My goodness, some stocks went crazy. The markets went wild. It was pretty wild watching those. Witching get to watching M get to 3-year lows. Macy's. Ooh, okay. Ooh. What's going on over here? Macy's going back to COVID lows at this point. Not looking good for Macy's, huh? Okay, a ramp up in volume. Don't like. I mean, I do like that. They did talk about what theft in store or something was a big cause of them missing on earnings or something along those lines. Another store said something about theft in the store too. Salut, Lily's grandma. I know they had a negative catalyst off of a positive earnings report for the most part. Sorry, but yeah, this is not good. I did not know that they were still crashing to the downside. I don't really trade Macy's. I trade large cap stocks for the most part. But yeah, this is something to for sure not ignore. I'll put it on my watch list for tomorrow. If it does uh, uh show up as a high volume stock in pre-market itself, we could keep this on eye. I mean, yeah, were there trades here for us though? Possibly somewhere around here, somewhere around here. Yeah, I could see myself getting into these shorts, but these moves are probably so boring on the stock. These are 5-minute candles, and I'm watching the stock barely bring in volume. I mean, what's that volume over there on that 5 minute? 600,000 shares. I mean, 60,000 shares, not even 600. 60,000 shares. Lily's grandma reminding you guys to check your phone for your message from your mama, and hit that subscribe, share the channel with your friends and family. Help your boy TraderPrad get to that monetization levels. We need a lot of more subscribers and a lot more viewing hours to be able to monetize YouTube so I can feed my children. I don't have children. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? Anyways, let's go see any stocks that moved around after hours. Sadly, I don't think there was any real catalyst this week other than FOMC, ladies and gentlemen. We have FOMC coming up in 2 days, and not only is it FOMC, we also have another IPO on that very same day. So it's pretty active of a week. We have IPO tomorrow, we have IPO the next day, and we have FOMC the day on that same day. So not not saying it's gonna be boring going into FOMC, but expect the market to be a little bit muted. Expect the market to do not really too much of moves going into FOMC. You've seen today. Today's been pretty dead. Market barely did anything. So going into FOMC, that's very much possible that the market does barely nothing and waits for a possible rate hike or a rate cut. But we have trades coming up nevertheless. We have 2 IPOs both days. So stay excited, stay ready, because the game is not done yet. Real quick, let's go back to the full screen over here while I look at the after hours scanner to see if any stocks really moved around for us to keep an eye on. Looks like I'm not seeing anything. I'm seeing a lot of penny stocks over here. CRH with 3.7 million shares, but only a 0.4% pop. Anything with real volume? Not really. 1.6 million shares on AVGR, which popped up 27%. Maybe that's something we can take a look at. AVGR, what's going on with this one? Reverse split probably recently. Yeah, reverse split. To get back into get back above $1 price for I guess NASDAQ listing rules. And after hours pop over here up to 11.99 or so, but came back down. If the stock moves in the pre-market tomorrow, it's something to keep an eye out for. But you guys know how I don't really trade these stocks. Not anything for me to keep an eye out. Ion Q showing up over here. ENPH moving up a little bit, but not too much volume. Looks like nothing really moved in the after hours, sadly. So we just have our large cap basket stocks to go through, and then thankfully we have levels mapped out for most of them, right? So Intel, Microsoft, Nvidia had a pretty strong day after starting off on the downside today. Looks like we nailed the bottom on Nvidia today, 420. Smoke weed every day. Is 420 actually the low of day today? No, it's not. Why does it say 420 then? Why does it say lower range 420? 423.07 is what I see as a low a day. So not sure why it says today's range is 420. But Nvidia, man, what a monster reversal move from being negative on the day to turning positive. So crazy move over here for this stock. Something to watch out for tomorrow. AMD 100 level came into play today. It did dip below 100, but gave you monster opportunities to get long up near that 100. I keep saying, it's not a stock to trade, but today it was for sure a stock to trade, as finally the 100 level did come into play. But nice little reversal back on AMD too. The semiconductor sector looked pretty scary off the open, but saved themselves. I think Micron was part of the stocks that actually were up in pre-market and stayed up after all. But the Nvidia, AMD, look at that move in Nvidia in pre-market. I mean, just selling off all through pre-market and then basically popping right back up to the north side. Pretty insane over here. All these stocks. Apple had a pretty monster day too today. You could have gone long Apple and then had a pretty great day over here. 180 almost came into play. We love seeing these levels come into play on Apple. Apple did look like it was going to break these lows and start moving back down, but pretty happy seeing that Apple wants to, or Apple has buyers showing up still, right? Monster volume candle on a move up on Apple, so buyers are still there and they are showing up to play the game. CDP with the crying LMAO emojis. I'm glad I can entertain you guys. Smokey in the house. TH in the house. What's up? More downside for semis, question mark. I mean, semis had a nice little relief rally today, I guess. But more downside for the semis is, I mean, I don't want to predict the future. If there is more downside, I'll trade it. But I don't want more downside, because that means my portfolio is getting hurt. But as a day trade, man, yeah, honestly, anything is possible. The market is, I think, just at a standstill right now, waiting for FOMC. That's just my opinion. I think the market's going to be standstill for the next day or two until FOMC happens at 2 o'clock on the Wednesday, September 20th. And then we really see what happens. People are expecting Papa Powell to actually not raise interest rates. So let's go see what this chart says. Yeah, look at it. Now it's at 99%. Now Papa Powell is not going to raise interest rates, but have room in there for somewhere to still raise them in case we do need them. So I mean, the tonality from previous FOMCs going into this FOMC was, we need to raise interest rates hike still. The inflation's still crazy. We still gotta battle it. Blah, 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 blah. But now the prediction is, they're not going to raise it. It's going into another pause. So if we do get another pause, with November 1st being the next FOMC date, you guys see that right here at the top, then maybe November 1st will be the hike. Yeah, 36% probability that November 1st will be the hike. Okay. So we'll see how that one ends up being. And we do have another one on the 13th of December. 2 more after this one on the 20th of September for us to keep a track of. More CPIs to come, more PPIs to come, and lots more economic events and trades for us to have. So don't be fearful if you missed a lot of them already. There'll be more opportunities for us to make money off of. For example, tomorrow, Instacart. I feel like I've been saying that too much now. But Instacart. Which is called what again? Maple Bear Inc. Why are you called Maple Bear Inc? Ah, oh, what is this? Doing business as Instacart is an American delivery company that operates grocery deliveries and pickup services in the United States and Canada. The company offers its services via website and mobile app. Apurva Mehta. Ooh, Indian? Is she hot? Goodbye, chat. I'm going to bed. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good luck on your trades. I'm out. Apurva? Bro, that's a female name, man. Apurva? What the? Well, I'm proud for my Indian homie for running a pretty big company over here, Instacart. Max Mullen and Brandon Leonardo. Brandon Leonardo. Uh oh, they got other companies under Maple Bear. Why didn't Maple Bear go IPO then? Huh. What's Capper AI? Yo, we need to do some research here. Maybe this company is bigger than we know? If they're only IPOing Instacart, then we need to know Instacart's revenue. Because this one shows us Maple Bear's revenue, right? I think that's Maple Bear's revenue, and they have other companies on board. So what is this? Automated checkout devices as well as AI-based software applications for retailers, grocers, convenience stores, and other general merchandise store formats. 2016. Parent organization Instacart. Okay. So this software basically helps Instacart, but it is possible that they use this software to help other companies across the world or even United States specifically. See, this one's AI is somebody else. Whereas this one's CEO and founders are somebody else. So they probably bought this company, used their software. Yeah, they bought it for $350 million, used their software, and they probably outsourced the software to other companies. I don't doubt it. I'm trying to see if they service anybody else. Ah, there you go. In Ontario, Canada, a bunch of other places. So our idea was right there. So we Kroger. We're locking in something over here. So Caper AI actually used by they made up software for Kroger. So white service the white paper I think is what's called. I think it's called white paper. They made that software for them. So that's pretty big deal over there. So not only is Instacart making money by selling groceries to people, they're also selling AIs to other big companies. Now, what is this company over here? Provides offer innovation solutions that help retailers and consumer goods manufacturers dramatically improve promotion effectiveness and make better use of trades and spend dollars. So kind of marketing. I guess this is like more like marketing. Just another AI based company. 1.9 million revenue in 2023. That's baby. 2013. All right. So This one looks like some sort of an AI based promotion pricing marketing tool that they have that they bought. So this one helps again their whole promoting side. Platform promotes commerce, retail, digiting. I guess this is another software with telling commerce some. What is this? Rosie? This, I just clicked on Rosie, but it took me to some sort of a movie. But I'm guessing that's some sort of another AI that they have going over there. Whatever this is, Cat Express. I'm guessing Cater Express Pty Limited. What is that? Can we find out more about this? I guess this is like the side of company where they pay people to cater the food, like deliver the food somehow. I'm guessing that's what it is, but I don't really know too much about it. Oh, catering software developed by Cater Express, who has been offering solutions clients all over food store and flexible solutions, corporate catering on site. Holy shit, man! Instacart or Maple Bear Inc. Sorry, has a lot going on for them. So are they only IPOing Instacart tomorrow, or is Maple Bear Inc. IPOing tomorrow? Is Instacart alone? Does Instacart own all of this? Or does Maple Bear own Instacart that owns all this? No, it says Maple Bear doing business as Instacart. So technically, Instacart IPOing is basically Maple Bear IPOing. And that means they have all of this with them coming behind them. That's pretty huge. They have a lot of AI behind them. I'm excited even more now. Shout out, baby, shout out. I know all of the stream was basically Instacart, and my trades and no real levels for tomorrow. I mean, look, the levels for tomorrow are pretty much the same as they were Friday, the same as they were Thursday. The market did zilch, nothing. Market ended down 0.04%. SPY ended up 0.06%. So basically nothing happened on the day today. If you look at the overall market, I mean, I can just show you a tweet from my favorite follow on Twitter ever. Where is that follow? My favorite follow on Twitter ever. Where he posted something today? Where's that post? Come on, man. That right here. Wake me up when this stops. Right? Market's not really doing too much at the moment. In my opinion, everyone's waiting for FOMC. We have a pretty nice triple bottom incoming with the lower low. So possible breakdown over here, but I think the market just bounces up tomorrow, stays doing nothing, and then based on the FOMC, we either pop or we break down. This is the SPY chart. Let's go look at QQQ. I'm guessing QQQ looks pretty close to that. We got a nice little double bottom over here, and based on the FOMC tomorrow, we just maybe trickle, do nothing, and then based off of the FOMC, either pop up into these ranges or drop back down to these ranges. So we'll see what happens. Nice little 52-week high ranges on the QQQ and the S&P 500. That is my expectation for Tuesday and Friday. What's going on with my, is there like a replay filter? Oh, there's like something playing in the background. Were you guys hearing some noise in the background? Hopefully not. All right. So market basically did nothing today. That's why I haven't really gone through our huge list of stocks that we like to go through. I don't really find anything too interesting other than the basic levels that we've been watching for all these days. Let's go to the economic calendar just to show you that tomorrow is not really too important. There's nothing going on tomorrow, and then this is tomorrow. There's nothing really going on tomorrow unless you trade like Home Depot or Lennar or any of the housing stocks. Building permits coming up at 8:30. Don't really care for that one. And then next important day is Wednesday, which is right here at 2 o'clock. We got interest rate projections. Papa Powell will be stepping up onto the podium and talking about the interest rates decisions, rate hikes or rate cuts and so on. Anything that else that I'm forgetting to talk about for you guys? Don't think so. So I'm just gonna quickly go to the last few things that I always like doing. Giving shout outs to my affiliate sponsors. They help me feed my kids, all three of them that I don't have. So trade ideas, use code PRAD15 to get 15% off. TraderSync helps me track all my trades, find out the setups where I'm losing money and the setups that I'm making money. Also allows me to tag setups where or allows me to tag mistakes on the stocks, and that way you learn what mistakes to stop making and so on. So eventually I'll start showing these trackers to you, and you'll be able to really understand more. But right now I kind of want to keep it hidden. But eventually I'll start showing my journal to you guys, so stay tuned for that. And Benzinga, we didn't really show you Benzinga a lot today. Didn't really have a need to show you guys Benzinga. Wasn't really scanning for any news or any earnings. But here's Benzinga. Go click on that link in my description to get a free trial on TraderSync or Benzinga, I believe. And then if you want to convert that to a premium account, feel free to. I would appreciate that. All my socials are over here. We have tons of great conversations on Discord every single day, especially about where we want to enter positions and where we want to exit positions. So feel free, join up, look at all the conversations people are having, especially about how this guy is a virgin apparently. You know, they call out their levels, they call out their ideas. We have the #1 futures trader out there in the world posting his charts on the Qs and the futures. His name is Blind Jedi himself. Sadly, he never really shows up to my streams, so pretty upsetting about that. But hey, go check out Blind Jedi's charts. We also have tons of other integrations in here that help you, such as a CNBC watch list, CNBC news alerts as the news alerts are coming out, and even unusual whales alerts. You guys, nice little news alerts and options alerts coming up over here. So do check that out. And if anyone who is joining the server right now and struggling to activate the server properly, feel free to message me. I will help you out on that side and get your account activated. It is time for me to now head out, call it a night, walk my doggo, eat some dinner. I know it's late to eat dinner, 9 o'clock. Such is my life, man. I wake up at 6. I'm out of the house by 7. I'm at work by 9. I leave work by 4:20, 4:30. 4:20 obviously, right? I leave work by 4:20, 4:30 after we do our trade reviews, and then by the time I get to the gym, it's 5:10. I have about 50 minutes to work out. I have to catch the bus at 6, be home by 7, and then I have about 30 minutes to create a thumbnail and 30 minutes to prep for the stream, and then I go live, and then I have to walk my dog, eat, play video games, watch a TV show, go to bed, repeat. So, a day in life of Prad. Busy man, busy man, and it means a lot for me when you guys show up in the stream, when you guys hit that like, when you guys show support. So thank you. Makes me want to keep doing this, makes me want to keep showing up, and appreciate it. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys for the support. Go have a banger Tuesday tomorrow, and stay active in the Discord. If you're not, go hit the join button. Peace out. Good night. Catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place.